Play some Ryse, Son of Rome. Hey everyone, if you're just joining us, I'm Zav D'Amatos from Joystiq.com, and I'm joined by Joystiq's reviews editor Richard Mitchell.
Hi, everybody.
And we're here to play some Ryse, Son of Rome, and Dead Rising 3. And we're gonna do some single player stuff. We're also gonna do some co-op in both games. And we thought if you read the review on Joystiq for Ryse and had some questions, then you can throw them in chat. We have an army of Joystickers in the chat that are ready and willing to help you answer some questions. And we'll try to do our best here while we're trying to slay some barbarians from Britannia.
And personally, I like to call it Wise, Son of Wome.
Why? So I didn't even realize that. I was like, why? It's a weird spelling for Ryse. Why would they do that? But then I remembered, oh, it's Crytek, and they always do that with their games.
One of my favorite things, Conan. Conan had, he had some Xbox stuff. No, he went to E3 and he was looking at Ryse and he asked the guy, like, so how long have you been working on this game? He said, about 3 years. He's like, do you realize that you've misspelled Ryse?
So I thought what we would do is jump into a single-player level, which has already been seen. I think people saw this during E3 demo. This is going to be on the legendary difficulty. One of the things that I mentioned in the review was that the game is pretty easy once you can master it. So I'm going to play it on the hardest difficulty setting. We'll see how we do. And let's just jump right into it. We'll play a little bit of this. You play as Marius Titus, who is a centurion in the Roman army. And there's sort of a war going on between Rome and Britannia at this point. So you have just been... You're on a warship that is attacked, and you're just getting back to the shore here. So let's rush to get some enemy combatants in here. Have you played much Ryse, Richard?
I haven't touched the final version. I've played a couple of preview versions. That water looks super nice. I'll tell you that.
I will say that this game is absolutely gorgeous. This might be, probably one of the best looking games, next gen games right now. Forza looks great. Battlefield on PS4 looks fantastic. Killzone obviously looks really great too. But this game is just absolutely stunning. People did ask in the review, like, what's the resolution? Because that seems to be a really important thing to people right now, apparently. This is 900p, I think. It's not 1080p, but it's 900p upscale to 1080p.
Real high. Real high is my answer.
Real high is the answer for
Crazy Shots X wants to know if we're using the built-in streaming for Xbox One. We aren't, because it isn't built in yet.
Yeah, they have delayed that till 2014. So we're actually using regular capture equipment. So the good thing about the Xbox One versus the PS4 is you can plug in regular capture equipment. You don't have to. There's no HDCP or security protocol to worry about. So I'm gonna rush and try to save some of my dudes here. So the combat in this game is fairly simplistic. It's A to parry. And you just if you hit it as the guys are about to hit you, then you'll parry them away. But if I just hit it, I'm gonna start whiffing on it. You see, like my guys, you're probably a little delayed on the stream, so
yeah.
If I just hit the button, he'll just smack his sword against the shield because he's whiffing because there's no one's actually attacking him.
Like, come on, bro, come at me.
So I'm gonna see if I can get one of these executions going. So when an icon pops up above someone's head, you press the right trigger and it activates this sort of pseudo QTE moment where the enemy will start flashing different colors that correspond to the face buttons on your controller. Right. Now, if you hit those buttons in, as they're displayed on screen, so blue is the X button, for example, and yellow is Y, then you gain more points. Now, you can just put the controller down. You never have to hit those buttons. There's no fail state. Basically, Crytek has said that, like, once you get into that execution thing, those people are dead. Like, now it's just like, now watch this animation. And the only thing that the only fail state that's sort of associated with it is the meta game that you're sort of playing at this point. So, if you look, and I got guys attacking me. So if I hit the D-pad in any one of these directions, there are different perks that you can sort of equip. Right. Now, one of them is health, so if I press down on the D-pad, if I kill this guy using an execution, which should be shortly, hopefully, and then if I get since I have health regeneration selected, when I finish this execution, I will get health back because I have that perk selected.
Right. So, Dave wants to know why you can't just talk out all your problems with the barbarians.
I don't know. You know, it's history, man. This is a history lesson.
Okay.
I don't know.
So this all really happened.
Yep, this is all legit. I believe that this is all historically accurate. I'm gonna probably guess that that's not true.
You're good.
It's not. So this game could be pretty brutal too. So the combat is, and I mentioned this in the review. The first time you play it, it's pretty exciting at first. Like, what's that?
I love how you cut that guy's arm off. He just looks around like, oh, I can't believe you cut my arm off.
Yeah,
like,
he's super bummed out about it. Also, enemies have a tendency of just like freezing as statues as soon as they die. So like, he's gone into immediate rigor mortis. Like his arm is just stuck in the air there. I think he's trying to give me the bird. I'm not sure. So the first time you play this stuff, it's pretty exciting. But then you realize that there's not much else to it. It just keeps sort of offering you the exact same thing. You learn basically all of the special stuff or all of the combat in this game within an hour. And the game is pretty short, but I mean, still, it can become pretty boring.
You said in your review that it was about 5 hours.
Yeah.
And, I mean, for gameplay like this, like the gameplay loop, to get tired within 5 hours, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, you know, it's disappointing because I feel like this follows into the regular traps of most launch games, which is it shows off the power of the system. I mean, this is a gorgeous looking game, and it really shows, you know, some of the stuff that the Xbox One is capable of. But it sort of extraordinarily shallow is the problem with the game. I mean, it's...
Well, and, you know, this is... In fairness, I mean, we worried about this from the first time we ever even saw it. Because first it was like, oh, it's going to be nothing but QTEs, and Crytek was like, no, it's more than that. There's a progression system, you're unlocking new stuff. And
yeah. I remember when they first showed this game off at an E3, I think it was 2 years ago, or maybe it was last E3 where they showed it off. It had giant button prompts above characters' heads. So instead of them flashing blue or yellow, it would be an X button or a Y button. And then people, you know, there were complaints about how it's just QTEs. So they're like, okay, well, we'll change it. And all they did was they just turned it into colors rather than the prompts, which is the same exact system. The system itself didn't change. But one thing that I think is kind of crappy if you are, for example, a colorblind player, this might be a problem for you. Now, it's usually going to be blue and yellow, and I think that you can... most colorblind people, I think it's usually red and green that is the problem.
I think so.
And you do get red and green from time to time in this game. Whoa. But, you know, it still can be problematic, I think, if you have trouble seeing specific colors. Because there is no colorblind mode. You can't turn on those prompts, for example.
I'm gonna just interrupt on the gameplay discussion, because Foben says that we need to find a way to get the funding, so we can get like just 4 joystick staffers just flown to the same place so they can be in the same room, and we can stream some Super Mario 3D World.
You know what? I'd be down for that. That game, not to talk about Super Mario during our Ryse stream, but that game looks pretty awesome. I know you reviewed that and loved it.
It's pretty great. But
in fact, I think maybe we should spoil a little something here. What happened yesterday? I asked you if you can maybe send me that copy so I can play it for Game of the Year consideration, and you got super bummed out about it. You did not want to give it up.
I just look at green stars to find. Because you can't get them all when you're like rushing to get through a review.
Oh, I totally died there.
Oh man,
So let's go through the upgrade system here.
Okay, sure.
So there are a couple of different upgrades that you can get for Marius here. So there are health upgrades, focus, gain, and combat. Now what these upgrades are just opening new animations for those executions. So when you buy... Sorry, this is the wrong screen. I'm in the execution upgrade. So there's health, focus, XP, damage. When you buy these specific upgrades, and I've purchased most of them, obviously, they just open up new animations. So if I have the focus perk selected, for example, I add this animation to that wheel of animations that sort of rotates when I am fighting bad guys.
Right, and you're talking about a metaphorical wheel. Like we
Yeah.
don't know how the game decides which executions. Like there's some like they're based on where you are in the environment. So like if there's like spikes, you'll probably knock them into those. But other than that, like whatever animation comes out is kind of random.
Yeah, so and you'll look at this and you'll think, wow, there's a lot of stuff to unlock in this game, but these three, back-facing, world, and co-op, these all are unlocked when you start the game. You'd never unlock these. So like all of these like things that have been added to your execution unlock tree are things that are already unlocked. So it's a little silly. So when you do executions, they are randomized, but they are, like you were saying, they're sort of based on things like positioning. So if you're standing in front or behind someone, it's also based on which perk you have selected. And then also you can do double executions if you get two people in that execution state and activate it. Then you can do a double execution, and there are different animations to unlock for that. But generally, like if you're playing the game on a difficult setting, you're going to probably focus on health and XP because why wouldn't you want to get as much experience as you could? So you're going to be seeing the same animations a lot, again and again and again and again. And things like damage, I never really use the damage perk. It increases damage over time. I never really found it useful because I never found the combat very difficult.
So I mean, what did you do? Did you just like grease up your sword with some poison? Did you just like rub it with a blowfish or something?
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, there's also this thing called focus where you hit a button, the bumper, and he sort of like slams his shield into the ground, and the world around you sort of freezes, and you move at double speed and do double damage, and you can really easily kill enemies that way. So if you get into tight spots with really tough enemies, you can hit one of those and then just basically kill everyone. But there's like no rhyme or reason behind it. It's just like he slammed a Mountain Dew and ate a bag of Doritos and was like, "Sweet, let's do this." There's no like sort of reason as to how that's happening. But
come at me, barbarians. Man, I want to see some more gameplay. These menus put me to sleep.
Sorry. Oh yeah, let's not put you to sleep and let's start playing more Ryse.
By the way, do you have Loco Cycle? That's coming up in the chat.
I do have Loco Cycle. I don't think we're playing that today, though. We'll see what happens after this. I'm going to go ahead and move to... I don't want to go too far into the campaign because I certainly don't want to ruin things for people who are going to be playing this game. So I'm going to go to this next level, and I'm going to hit it at Legendary. We'll also get to see these load times, which can be problematic. I think for a lot of Xbox One games. Now... Ryse masks load times with story,
sure,
which I think is generally what you'll see anyway. So if you're playing this the first time,
gen trick.
That's a current gen trick. Yeah, I mean that was previous gen trick. The cutscene of Samus in the elevator, that was a load screen, but no one knew it, but everyone knew it. So the story here is.
No, I've seen this before. This is the beginning of Skyrim.
Yeah, I guess they did do like the carvings, the stone carving thing. So I would love to skip some of the story stuff, but I guess we can't do it here.
You can hear you at home can hear Zev pressing buttons and wishing something would happen.
Oh, there we go. So this is the Roman army is trying to infiltrate where the Britons are. And you have been sent out to clear a path for the army. So you are lone wolfing it in this forest, trying to get to these catacombs and clear out the Britons, the archers, so your men cannot die as they're trying to run up on to take this land.
I mean, I know we've said this before, but I mean, it really is a very attractive game. I mean, the rocks, like. Actually look pretty realistic, and I mean, it looks like a nice aqueduct up there. Everyone likes aqueducts.
Aqueducts are awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and see how long we can survive here. The camera it's generally pretty good actually, but there's sometimes where it will get stuck up on some geometry. Let me see if I can get a double execution going here. Oh boy. Whiffing on it. Any other questions from chat?
You know, some questions we can actually answer for you guys that maybe are a little more exciting than Ryse. You have any questions about the Xbox One platform? Like any hardware questions that we might be able to answer.
Have you played much of Ryse? I know we're gonna play some co-op in a second here. Oh,
no, it's gonna be exciting.
Now you have installed it, correct?
I have installed it, yes. Hello, Eric. Eric. How are you? I like K-Man 2097 says, I have a question. You can just type it, it's fine. You don't have to like raise your hand.
I'm gonna have to ask him to go ahead and raise his hand.
So, someone's asking what's the difference in like the speed of the UI between the Xbox One and the PS4. I think like in terms of raw speed, I think they're probably about the same, but they have different kinds of interfaces. I think the PlayStation 4 interface is a lot cleaner, personally. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, right now the Xbox One is pretty cluttered because and a lot of it forces you to create the UI that you want. So like when you get it, it's pretty bare bones, and you have to create all these pins because they put all of these different menus drilled down into other menus. Like to find your achievements, you have to first go to your friends list. To go to game DVR, you need to go to friends and then game DVR. I mean, you could pin all this stuff to your home screen, and that's what I have. Like if I go to my home screen, you'll see I have achievements, game DVR, and friends because it was easier for me to make these pins rather than have to drill down into a couple of menus. And it's not that it takes a long time, it's just annoying that I have to do that. Like I had to clean up the mess that I was given, which I'm not a huge fan of. We talked about this on the Xbox 360 Fanboy Reunion podcast, which is available on Joystiq.com right now. One thing that I mentioned on that show that bothered me were the profiles. The real name stuff on PS4 I love. That's actually coming to the Xbox One next year, which I think is a good idea.
I mean, I think the pins, like Ludwig mentioned this in his review, it's a symptom of sort of how bloated the UI is. Just because everything basically has a separate app.
Yeah.
So like the party is a separate app, TV is a separate app, achievements separate app, all that kind of stuff. I think the PlayStation 4 menu is a little more streamlined just because it has broader categories that has more stuff inside of each one.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think actually getting around on the Xbox One is real easy with the Kinect. But again, that's kind of a shortcoming. I found this out today because I unplugged my Kinect to take some pictures of it, and I realized I can't just say Xbox go to whatever because my Kinect wasn't plugged in, and so I was like, oh, I gotta go find this game now. Like, I have to figure out where Crimson Dragon is.
Yeah, that could be problematic. Well, you can really tell, because the Kinect was originally something that you had to use. They were going to force you to use it, and they've since turned that off. And you can kind of tell that this UI was designed with the idea that, hey, everyone has to use it, so let's just focus on making the voice stuff work really well. Like, to get Dead Rising, if I hadn't launched it yet, I'd have to crash down to the menu, then go to my games and apps that are installed, and then make the selection from there. Whereas if I have it, my Kinect hooked up, I could just tell the Xbox to start the game. So I think we should go to multiplayer here in a sec, but what you can do, for example, is I can say Xbox go to Dead Rising 3 and it will start. I don't want to say too loud because I don't want it to actually do that. But it'll be easy. When we switch games, you'll see it's really streamlined. And once you figure out that stuff, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty cool.
Let's see. There was another question here. Oh, about how long does it take, like before you get the big one patch, to actually set everything up? I feel like it was. I don't know that we have exactly the same experience that the people going to buy the retail Xboxes are going to have. But I want to. How long was it? Oh, someone's invited me to play Ryse. How long was the setup, do you think?
The setup after installing that. Well, I mean, again, we didn't have the same retail experience, and we didn't get that one large patch. We got a lot of different patches over after over a number of days, just because there were things that were being turned on and off. So I would suspect that there's going to be a lot of people obviously trying to connect to download that really big patch. So you may see the same issues that the PS4 had.
But I know, like, in terms of like actually installing a game, I think it was pretty similar to the PlayStation 4. Like, I don't think anything took more than 2 minutes from the beginning of installation to actually being able to play.
Well, I will say this, that Ryse, I started downloading, installing it from the disc. And then pretty quickly it said ready to play, so I pressed play to start to play. And then when I went to play campaign, it said installing, please wait, and I had to wait for a while. So even though it said it was ready to play, it was ready to play the menus. It wasn't actually ready to play the game. And it took a while to install this game. I'm going to say maybe like 5 minutes to get to a point where you can actually play it. The worst offender so far that I've seen is Call of Duty Ghosts. Did you accept this invite? Because it's not...
I'm not gonna lie to you, I can't find it.
Go to your... Really? You can't find it? Go.
I'm looking at
go in the game.
Messages.
Well, if you go in the game...
Okay.
Are you in the game?
I am now.
Okay.
It's loading.
I think if I hit match me... Go to... Oh boy.
So the avatars, someone's asking if the avatars still stand like ladies. The avatars are exactly the same. They haven't been upgraded or anything. Although they don't really do anything. There's a section in the menu for avatars, and they're just there. I mean, you get to keep, like, you have all the stuff that you had before. Like, so if you had items for your avatar or whatever, you'll still get to see those things. I mean, that's really all there is to it, though. Like, they don't really do anything.
Yeah, they're really nowhere to be found. I'm gonna go ahead and send you another invite. I think what happened was because we were in a party, it was trying to match me with the party, and I invited you, so that's what messed it up. So if you're in the game right now, when you get that notification, just
let's play.
Yeah.
Oh, notifications. I don't even know. I have no idea where notifications is on this.
Well, the thing pops up.
No, I know, but if I missed that,
there you go. You're in there. Hold on.
My multiplayer match has been found. Okay. Hey, look, it's you. It's X-Ray Alpha Victor.
Yeah, I can't get it to unsnap. I keep saying Xbox unsnap when I'm muted, but it was not working. All right. Here we go. Gladiators. The conceit of this multiplayer is pretty cool at first, because you're going to the Coliseum, and the Coliseum ground will like quake and fall to the ground, and then it will emerge with the map that you've selected. It's sort of like these stages that you're picking. If you don't hit A here, we're gonna get timed out, so we need to... Alright, what are you doing? Are you in?
I'm sorry, I'm looking at the chat.
Let's go ahead and do this. So you'll see it when it loads up. It'll load the map in the bottom here.
Someone wants to know if you can snap Skype. I don't think you can.
I don't believe you can. No, you can't.
Okay. Now, what do you think of the snap feature? Because I think it's kind of unwieldy.
You're I need to mute your mic because you have your mic, your party chat is on. So give me 1 second here.
Oh, I guess the Kinect is picking me up. Well, hi everybody. As I was saying, I think the snap thing is kind of unwieldy. This little thing that pops out on the side and shows you whatever extra program you have running, like chat right here. You can snap Internet Explorer and a couple other things. But to swap between them, you either have to Xbox Switch or you have to double tap the home button. And for some things, it makes sense, but not a lot of them, to tell you the truth. Like Snap Internet Explorer is practically useless.
I'm gonna go and suggest something crazy. I'm gonna ask you to unplug your Kinect because there's no way for me to mute you, and you're coming in through both channels, and it's probably driving everyone crazy.
I'm going to
just rip that cord out, buddy.
Just plugged in the headset.
This is the first time we've done a Skype call at the same time as a Xbox party, so weird.
There, I plugged in my headset and muted it on the controllers, so hopefully it's not happening anymore.
Oh, perfect. So I'm going to go ahead. So what you do in this, the multiplayer, is you select a god, and each one of these gods has one of those perks that is in the single player associated with it. So I'm going to select Apollo because Apollo has health regen. Now you select, when you play with, by selecting gods, you earn XP, and then you can unlock special gear and perks associated with that god as well over time, but it takes a really long time to do that. So let's pick one of the simple maps here. So you'll see, like, when the map starts, the Colosseum, it starts to fall to the ground, the grounds of it, and then it will emerge with the map that we've selected, and the whole conceit is that it's sort of like a stage and it's a play.
When do I unlock some accessories that make me not naked?
Never.
Look at these guys.
I have been playing for a while, and I'm still rocking a thong here.
I'm wearing, like, it's like a sumo wrestler's thong. And that's a sweet helmet, but, like, everything else. Oh, that's a nice statue.
I don't know why you're hating on it. I don't know why you're hating on that thong. You're rocking it, buddy. So the multiplayer combat is exactly the same as single player, and the executions that you unlock in single player carry over in this multiplayer mode. Now, generally, you're just fighting a bunch of dudes. I don't know how it stacks difficulty settings. I don't know if it's because it's just two of us, if it's gonna just throw more enemies at us or make them harder. You can't select the difficulty for the AI, and it's just cooperative multiplayer. We could try to do a co-op execution here too. Let's see if we can. Oh, okay. Well, let's get one of these guys into an execution state,
okay,
and then we'll both.
Oh.
Here, let's.
Here, okay. Oh, I thought I did it.
Yeah, well, you will. Come over where this guy is, and we'll hit it at the same time. There we go.
Oh, look at him. That. So, I mean, it's just maybe we should the co-op execution look cooler than regular ones, because all I did was, like, cut them in the legs.
Some of them are cooler than others. You're good. There are a bunch of different ones. If you go to the skill tree, which I can't do because we're playing online, you'll see that there are co-op executions specifically. Now, those are things that you don't unlock. They're already unlocked for you.
Oh, it looked like I was, like, holding the guy for you, like, waiting for you to come kill him or something.
Oh yeah, that if we're close to each other, and if you hit one of those executions, it will sort of pause for a second to see whether or not we want to try to execute the guy together, which is a cool thing.
So you'll notice that there's a little meter down there, or at the top, and that's how the crowd is entertained.
Yeah. So
just like that here.
In a harkening back to Ridley Scott's Gladiator, perhaps, you can entertain the people, the masses, by a number of different things. So you can just kill dudes, and that's going to entertain them, because I guess there was not a lot of stuff to do back then, so it was just like, why not watch people die? You can also, and I don't think I'm going to be able to hit this here because I'm getting swarmed, and I think Richard's character went to go drink a cup of coffee or something because I don't see you anywhere anymore.
Oh, it was delicious. Oh my god, spears came out of the ground. Here, I'll
you hold them off. So you can also taunt people. And basically what you're doing is you're entertaining the crowd as much as possible. The highest level, I believe, is Enraptured, which we have enraptured the crowd at this point. And this gets you bonuses for coins. And coins are what you use to unlock items for your multiplayer character.
I just came up here on this tower, and these guys are kicking my butt.
It's really difficult. So I gotta apologize to everyone because it's really difficult to play this game, the both of us, and pay attention to chat at the exact same time. So it's really, I was watching some other people playing this online and trying to talk, and they kept dying, and I was like, man, these people are terrible at this game. I barely died in this game. And then I'm playing it and talking at the same time, and I just it's not possible. I died twice already. So I think that like if you look at this, and this kind of came up when we were talking about the review, it sort of reminds you of a game like Batman, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City. It has sort of that, you know, 2-button combat plus parry and some other stuff, some other flash. So why is this boring and Batman's not? I guess is a question that people might ask. Is that Batman has more to it. Like you don't just, if Batman was just a bunch of challenge rooms, that there would not be no third Batman Arkham game.
Right.
Because that would be boring as hell, you know? And I think that that's sort of the problem with this game, is that this is it. This is the game. You don't really do much else. You can get to some Scorpion turrets and control those things, but it's few and far between. You don't really do much else other than this combat.
Also, as Rhapsodical points out, Batman would be nothing without his belt.
It's true. And as you can see, I'm barely wearing any underwear here, so that's why.
I don't have a belt at all.
So now there are objectives we have to complete. So it's telling us we have to use this oil cauldron to destroy this catapult, and if we don't, the catapult's going to start firing and killing us all. So there's another one on that side, I believe, too. So periodically throughout these maps, and every map has different objectives, there are some objectives that you can complete.
I just can't get enough of the animation of the guy as he's running. It looks like a wrestler who's past his prime.
I'm going to try to see if I can get one of these dudes. Oh, there we go. See, the enemies are not too bright. They run into traps pretty easily. They're pretty dumb. I'm going to see if I can get one of these guys in one of these traps here.
I got this guy with, he's got like 2 hammers. And he's really hard to hit. He's so speedy.
So the same thing works here. As you are getting these prompts, you are sort of rated based on if you hit the right button press, and not only your button press, if you at like the timing at which you hit it. If you hit it at the right time or just before the flash, if you recognize the animation, you get more points, and those points are based on the perk that you have selected. But in multiplayer, there is no selected perk. It's just the one perk that you get based on the god that you select, which is cool. But you cannot change that once a playlist is started. So if we wanted to change it right now, we couldn't. We'd have to back out of this, start a new map, and then select a new perk. Once this playlist is over, we're still in the party. It will ask us to make a selection again, I believe. So that's not too bad, but there are different things there. People are always saying that this is getting a little bit more for them. So let me show you focus. So focus is this thing I just hit here. You can slow down time. And now we are just killing these fools.
How could you be bored? We're like fighting. Oh my god! Look at this Minpar guy. Look at him. He's completely frozen. Look, he's just sitting there.
See, I don't see that on my screen. It was funny. If you look at the review on Joystiq.com, it's a website. Right. You can
Xbox record that.
So
I'll show it to you all later.
If you look at the review on Joystiq, there's a video at the end of it that has a bunch of multiplayer bugs. There are a lot of bugs in the multiplayer, like dudes just getting stuck. There was one bug where someone, me and I was playing with another reviewer, we knocked him into a turret, and he got stuck in the actual geometry of this gun, and he like was stuck in it. And we were like firing the gun, the arrows were going right through him, and we had to like run around the back of the map and like throw spears at him to kill him. So you can see a bunch of those things. Let's go to go to over to the right there. Down to market.
Market.
Yeah.
2 little Romans went to market.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna be playing Dead Rising 3 shortly here. Oh, Dave Hinkle from Joystiq just dropped the link to the Ryse review. Thanks, Dave. So we'll play a little bit more of this, and I mean, this is the game. I mean, so it's gorgeous, as you can see. It's absolutely stunning. The single player, obviously, I don't know if the multiplayer maybe dumbs down some of the textures because my guy doesn't look as
I think you should
detailed.
come over to this table and let everyone see all the fish.
Oh, let's do it.
Because there's some nice looking fish over here, and I am hungry.
Let's slice it up. Alright, so these guys are just gonna walk around. They don't seem too bummed out that we're here.
We'll get him!
For some reason I can't...
Leroy!
There we go.
Oh, get him.
There's a co-op execution.
It's just... It's like you stick the sword and you just like stare in the face. It's like, yeah, you got stuck, didn't you?
Yeah, it's just...
Jerks.
We are. It's, I don't know. It's just like this game. It has like a lot of potential. Like I kind of hope that, you know, if they have the ability to make another game in the series, they could maybe do some cooler things. But I hesitate to think like what they could add to make this more interesting. I guess like God of War has puzzles and stuff, but that doesn't really mesh with this world.
Well, I think what it needs is it needs chests that you open, and you have to like just mash the X button as fast as you can, just to even open a chest.
So what do you say we back out of here, and I will go to the microtransaction screen, show people that, and then we'll play some Dead Rising.
Okay. Faux Ben says, "Thank goodness someone finally made a game where you can kill guys."
Yeah, you know, we've all been waiting for it, and here it is. So. There are microtransactions in this game, and you can purchase gold, and gold is used to unlock things like booster packs, which give you randomized set of items based on tiers for your customizable character that's online. The good thing about it is the most expensive tier is tier 5 and 6,000 gold pieces for this gold booster pack for tier 5. You need to be like level 89 to get this tier 5 booster pack, and that's a good thing because when I got to tier 2, I had so much gold by playing the multiplayer that I didn't have to even think about buying any gold in the game. So they're really generous with the gold that you acquire while you're playing the game. And if you're getting the crowd hyped, then you get more gold. You get a boost to your gold stuff. So, you know, you can buy gold. Like, we'll go to the Xbox marketplace here, and you could see 1,000 pieces is 99 cents. 25,000 gold is $19.99. So those are the highest and the lowest there, or lowest and highest.
So T-Port171 is asking if all of X60 games have microtransactions.
It seems that all of the first-party games do, except for Lococycle. I don't think has any microtransactions. I mean, where would you put it? Unless you have to unlock a better game.
You get Explosion Man.
You get Explosion Man, yeah.
So I will tell you that Crimson Dragon, which is basically like the Panzer Dragoon game, has microtransactions that work kind of like the multiplayer in Mass Effect 3, where you have to buy boost packs.
Okay.
You do that with in-game currency, but you can also buy things with jewels.
Huh.
And jewels you'll unlock in the game by like badges, basically, or you can buy them. If you spend, like $20 or something, you get like 45 jewels.
Yeah.
And like one of these packs is costs 15 of them.
Like Dr. Proctor in the chat here says that he doesn't mind microtransactions when they're not required to get through the game. I feel the same way. Like, there are microtransactions in here. You don't ever really need to touch them. I never felt like I was required to do it, so that's not a problem. Crimson Dragon, on the other hand, feels like there's some stuff in there where they really just nudge you pretty hard about paying real money.
Like, I don't think it's like, I didn't spend any money on it. Obviously, it's like it's not necessary, but like, what bugs me about it is like you have these powers that you can unlock, and you do find some of them in the levels. But like, one of the easiest ways to get them is to get these packs, but they're random, so you don't know what's going to be in it until you buy it. And if you're like looking for one special power and you don't get it, then you're just kind of out of luck.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and buy a booster pack here. So I'll buy this silver tier 2 booster pack because I have 1,200 gold here. So I'm going to purchase it with gold. See, it says purchase with gold or buy gold, which is
right.
The terminology here. It's not the regular free-to-play where there's two different names for the in-game currency and the real money currency. So purchase with gold. I mean, if you hit buy gold, it would just bring you to the marketplace. So there's no way to screw that up. So purchase with gold. I'll purchase it with the gold that I have, and I get a set of randomized items here. So I got a helmet. I got a new sword, which is exactly the same as the regular sword. It just has different stats. There are no other weapons in this game. You have a regular sword, a regular shield. Those never change. And then I can go to my character and then tweak my loadout. And each one of these things has sort of perks associated with it. It's really hard for me to see from far away, but this one looks like it has a 2% XP gain if I use this sword. But it has a 1% loss on crowd bonus. I think that's what it says. It's pretty far away. I'm pretty far away from my monitor here.
I'm crashing pretty hard here. This is riveting.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna go to Dead. I just wanted to show people microtransactions because it came up in the review. So let's go to Dead Rising 3, and we can show people how simple it is, and hopefully it works. Xbox, go to Dead Rising 3. And there we go. So the Xbox just recognizes that I want to play this game because I said it out loud. Now the thing is that it doesn't complete words for you. So to play Ryse, I couldn't say Xbox go to Ryse. I think I would have to say Xbox go to Ryse, Son of Rome.
Right.
In order to make it work. Which it just did. Crap. Xbox, go to Dead Rising 3.
You do have to be careful. You know, since while we're waiting, I'll point out that in Dead Rising 3 there are voice commands, but you don't have to say like Xbox do something. You just say whatever it is. Like, so if you're in the pause menu and you say resume, the game will restart. And so the other day I paused Dead Rising 3 to go do something, to grab something for my wife or something, and I don't know what I said, but when I came back, the game had unpaused itself because it had heard something that it thought was resume.
That has actually happened to me in Dead Rising specifically. And I don't know what's going on.
I was like halfway through a cutscene. I was like, wait a minute, I paused this. And you know what's funny? I said Xbox record that so that I could get the last 30 seconds that I missed when I was out of the room.
That's pretty convenient. Yeah, it's funny. I didn't realize that was gonna. I thought I was pretty quiet. So you could be pretty quiet with the Xbox One. You don't need to like scream at it, which I felt like was a problem with the original Kinect. One thing you can't do is you can't adjust the microphone like sensitivity at all. It does it automatically. I feel like this system is very much like a hey, we're gonna take care of all this stuff for you, like hard drive management. Your Kinect settings stuff, like you can't really go to any advanced settings. It's all done for you in the back end, and you don't touch any of it. It's like Windows for Dummies. It's like the Metro, like, or Windows 8, like, standard edition. Like, no, right. we don't think you're going to need these advanced settings, so we just won't give them to you, which I kind of find to be crappy. So, I haven't played this game multiplayer. Do you want to try to do some co-op?
Much so.
Alright, let's see. This game has some pretty substantial load times from what I've been able to tell. And in fact, is it loading? Oh yeah, it is, okay. So,
is Microsoft going to give us some way to see HDD space, hard drive space? Right now, no. It's all managed by the console, and what Microsoft has said is that the Xbox sort of keeps track of all this stuff, so you don't have to worry about it. But as we understand it, what really happens is once you run out of space, it says, "Hey, do you want to delete something because you're out of space?"
Yeah, which I'm not a huge fan of, because you don't really know where anything is stored either, which can be pretty problematic. So. Right. There's a lot of like weirdness that happens between party systems in this game, and in any game really, if you're in a party, it won't allow you to do anything else. Like you can't start a new match. So I'm gonna see if I can just get into my single player and invite you, because unless you already have played this multiplayer and you're familiar with how that works. Oh, invite party to game. It's an option that just.
Oh, there we go.
And I said invite party to game. And then the game, because you can do voice commands for any of these things on the main menu, which is actually pretty convenient. Pressing start and then saying save is pretty awesome. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how this is going to start. If you're going to just appear next to me, I think I play as Nick, and you play as the secondary character, Dick, who looks like Terry Bogard.
It's Nick and Dick.
Nick and Dick. Yep. That's a thing that happened. And we're just going to go and get roller hogs, because why else would you buy anything else? What other weapons do I have here? Oh, I got a little callback to Dead Rising 1. Double chainsaws.
I just got an achievement called Be a Dick.
Where are you? I don't even see you on my...
I just now got here.
Oh,
it was
there you go.
The time. Okay, I was spectating a second ago, and... Okay, so right off the bat here, I'm seeing something kind of cool. You've got this crazy steamroller with like a thresher on the front of it.
Yeah, if you go to that...
Oh my god!
If you sorry, if you go to that bench over there, here I'll show you. I wonder if I could spawn a second one and we could just roll deep up in this joint. No, over here on this side.
I have one like 2 weapon blueprints in my game.
So go to the vehicle lot. And then go to the second page where it's like the right trigger. And does it show you Roller Hog on there?
No, it looks like I just have the stuff from my game.
Okay, so you...
I'm gonna pick a hearse.
No. You take this one, and I'm gonna try to spawn another one.
Fine.
If you jump on that one, I'm gonna see if I can spawn another Roller Hog. Oh, it's resupplying. I gotta wait a little bit. All right, don't destroy that thing.
I'll just kill some zombies.
Or what I can just do is I'll just jump on here real quick and then... Yeah!
Oh, Dave has let me understand how this vehicle works. If I press the LB button, I can shoot some fire out, so that's nice.
Yep.
Which is what you're doing right now.
I'm hitting the X button, but yeah.
Oh, okay. It seems extraneous to me to have a flamethrower in the front of that. I mean, you're already on a steamroll.
Yeah, and I gotta say, it's probably the greatest thing that's ever happened to me right now.
Let everyone see how easy it is to record like a gameplay clip.
Sure. All right. Well, I can.
Like do something cool, and then tell the Xbox to record it.
All right. Cool. Let me just run over some dudes. Xbox, record that. So what it does is it records the last 30 seconds of gameplay. Now, if you want to record more than the last 30 seconds, you can say Xbox Snap Game DVR. I don't know if it's going to recognize that. Xbox Snap Game DVR. There we go. Now, it does pause for a moment because...
Yeah, it pauses every time that you snap anything. Anytime the window has to resize.
But the problem is the game itself doesn't pause because we're on an online match, so that's not great. So let me rush somewhere. Here, why don't you grab this roller hog and have a ball?
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
I'm over beside the garage.
As much as I'm enjoying this hearse.
So I need to sort of run away so I don't get killed right away here. So I'm going to... Oh, there's... Dudes are chasing me. Alright, there we go. I'll cut your head off. So then I can double tap the guide button to go to this snap section. So I could start a new clip if I wanted to right now and start recording up to 5 minutes. Or I can select to end a clip. If I select end a clip now, it'll say, okay, what was the last... How much time do you want to keep? So you can keep the last 30 seconds or up to 5 minutes. So if a bunch of cool stuff happened in the last 3 minutes, you can select 3 minutes. Now, you can just select 5 minutes, for example, and then go to the editor and edit those clips and add some flash to it and upload it. And this is the best part. You upload it to your profile and to SkyDrive. And it gives you an MP4 at 720p, 30 frames a second, which you can then go put on YouTube, on Facebook, like PlayStation. So you have more options. It actually gives you the raw file, which is pretty awesome.
So when you use Upload Studio, I'm pretty sure that, I mean, no matter how you edit your file, it's always going to put that little bumper at the end, right? That says, like, made on Xbox One or whatever it says.
Yeah. It's a little flash.
You can always edit that out.
Are you also on a roller hog? Dude, grab this roller... Oh, you're on a roller hog. There we go. What's up, buddy?
I will say that we gave this Dave Hinkle, who's moderating our chat right now, gave this 3.5 stars
Because he hates life.
And some people would think that's a bad score, but I think if you take it in the right context, here's the context of that score. This is Dead Rising again, and that means you're killing zombies and doing all this stuff. Oh my god, I just flipped this thing over. You're doing all the stuff you've always done in Dead Rising 3, and it's fun as a result of that.
Yeah.
This is comfortable, like comfort food fun, as far as I'm concerned. Like, I've barely even played it, but instantaneously I'm going through the crowds with like a baseball bat. Actually, I'll tell you my favorite thing, and I uploaded a clip of this to SkyDrive. Is we should play.
Whoa! What the hell? I just hit I hit some geometry. I hit a curb on this roller hog, and it was like, nope, and it just flipped me over. Dicks. Oh, and now it's on fire. Great. Oh, and it blew up.
The first things I found out is,
damn it. Oh, Jesus! God. I feel like I could call HR because of that.
Xbox, record that.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
I uploaded this clip to SkyDrive. One of the first things I found out in this game that I really liked was I picked up a meat cleaver, and anything you pick up you can throw, and so I threw it at a zombie and it got stuck in it.
Yeah.
It got stuck in the zombie, and then so I just started finding weapons that would do that. And the last one I did it with like a fire axe, and then I threw a bow knife at one of the zombies and it got stuck, and then I walked up to the zombie, and then you could press the B button and pull it back out, and then you could keep killing him with it. It was pretty great.
Let me see if I can... Where are you at? Oh, there you are.
I got another achievement for something. Oh!
Being a jerk to your online co-op buddy?
Probably. Is the Xbox One fan loud? No.
No, it's like whisper quiet.
I can't hear it at all, actually.
Which is great, because if you use things like the TV functionality, then you don't have any other noise in your room for no reason. Like, I was mentioning this before we started recording. I don't actually have cable, but what I have done is I've plugged in my Roku box into the back of the Xbox One, which is cool because, like, I could just, while I'm watching things on Roku, because there are some apps on there that aren't on the Xbox One, I'll still get notifications. So if someone wants to invite me to a friend, to a game or a party,
right,
it still works.
So someone's asking if there's like a point to this game or if it's just destruction. There's a mission. We're just not doing it right now. Although, do you know if this has a free roaming mode? Because the last did.
Well, I think that the single player is kind of the normal single player is sort of like a free roaming, because it doesn't stress you out with the clock the same way that the old Dead Rising did. A Nightmare mode is sort of the classic Dead Rising, where you have to do things in a set amount of time. Let me see if I can... I want to actually get to a weapons locker or something, so we can show some of the goofy weapons in this game.
Maybe, do you have like a two-seater vehicle?
Yeah, you wanna drive back to this area here? Oh man,
Oh no, my thing blew up a long time ago.
Right, well, any vehicle in, or I'll just go to you. Any vehicle that has its lights blinking are vehicles that you can get into.
Oh, I'm right behind you.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, and the AI controlled NPC characters will get into cars. Oh, you be my chauffeur. I'm in the back.
What do you think this is? Let me just get this guy off of us.
Yeah, well, you must be my Uber. My Uber's here.
Delivery.
You treat me right, you're gonna get 5 stars, buddy.
Now I gotta figure out... Oh man, I gotta try to go to a map or something here in a second. Oh, you know what? Here. Let's go back to the garage and get the junk car, which is the dumbest car ever.
Is it safe to place my Kinect on top of my Xbox One if I have limited space?
Crap. There's not enough.
I don't think it would be too much of a problem.
I think they recommend that it's actually below your TV, not above your TV.
Well, they're asking if you can put it like on top of the Xbox One itself.
Oh, that's how I have it. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Where are you?
Oh,
you were sitting in the car the whole time, and I'm sitting here waiting.
Somehow, during this, my Xbox heard Xbox Watch TV, and now I'm watching a commercial about creosote buildup in your home.
Sweet.
You guys might want to buy the creosote sweeping log, which helps clean your chimney.
All right, I have to. Oh man, there's a ramp. All right, we're gonna hit the sweet ramp, and then we're gonna go.
Xbox, go to Dead Rising 3. Oh, here's one thing. As long as you go back to the last game you were playing,
Yeah.
it's instantaneous. So
Even if you turn off the system.
Right, this game kept going while I was on TV, and I said Xbox go to Dead Rising 3, and I'm at the pause menu. I can see myself still sitting in the back of this car driving around with Zav. Like, it never stopped. And if you're playing single player, oh my god, this car's on fire.
Oh god, is it? I was in the menu. Oh man, I was in the menu. That's pretty funny. Like, I just popped out of the menu and jumped out of that car so fast. Oh man. All right, so we need to get another car, but I was trying to put a waypoint on my map here. Oh god. This is where the app would come in handy. Is this a garage or a safe house? I think this is just a garage. I don't think that there's actually a... Oh, it's this one. It's the safe house. All right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go back and grab that hearse that you spawned in, or let's see if the junk car's ready. I'm dying here. Run back to that garage.
I need to eat this food first. Oh. But like the first time that you like exit your game, go to the home menu, like turn off your Xbox, and you come back like the next day and you turn on your Xbox One, and the game you were playing is exactly where you left off. It's pretty cool.
I need to get some health here.
Okay, there are apparently some instances where that doesn't work. Ludwig noted in our review that Forza would be back at the menu. It wouldn't be like still in the race that he was currently on.
I wonder if this is ready. We have to wait just for a second for this to get ready. Here we go.
Blaze again wants to know if this game is any good. I think, you know, have you been watching this?
Get in, get in!
I'm coming! Did you see what I ran Zav over with a steamroller with like a thresher on it? What is shooting out?
It's shooting out a poisonous gas.
Very nice.
Because why not? Because zombies. How many zombies are on screen too? That's what's crazy about this game.
So Namester XD says Xbox, play PS4. It's funny you say that because you can plug the PlayStation 4 into the HDMI input of your Xbox One if you want.
Yep.
And if whenever you say Xbox, well, I can't say it too loud, but whenever you say Xbox, watch TV, it will open up the PlayStation 4.
Well, it would open up the TV section where PlayStation 4 is living.
It happens to plug in.
Yeah, like it won't turn on your PlayStation 4. That would be amazing, though. I'm gonna see if I can.
Someone's asking if you have to build belt or anything in this game. I don't think you do, right? It's pretty much just about making the weapons, killing zombies, and accomplishing your missions, right?
Yeah. I mean, you're just unlocking safe houses and stuff. I think is as much as you ever do. Am I going the right way? This game's not great about.
Well,
it's a map here. Oh wait. I think I'm gonna have to go to. Oh god. Yeah, I gotta go up this way. I want to show some people. I want to go to our safe house so we can show people some of the goofy weapons. I gotta go up here and then to the left. Now, do not, when you're driving this car, hit the heavy attack button, because it's a self-destruct.
Oh, that's good to know.
And it would have been good to know that when I first got it, because I was like, why is this beeping all of a sudden?
Why is this car beeping? It's not even in reverse.
Oh god, look at these zombies on screen. My dude is just like, my screen is all red from bleeding. I need to eat something here. Alright. Keep going up. Oh god. Oh my god. I'm just crashing into stuff now. While I'm driving here and people are watching us play this game like Forza all of a sudden. Oh dude, that ramp is on fire. I'm totally doing it. Let's not even.
Do the side missions have time limits even on the normal mode, or do they remove time limits altogether?
I mean, it will remind you, like, hey, dude, you have a little bit. You have to do this thing within 5 or 6 hours. But I've never been in a situation where I was like running out of time to get stuff done.
Oh, here it comes.
I'm not. There's not a lot of speed going on here, though. This is probably a rant for something else, though.
Xbox don't record that.
Xbox delete that.
By the way, when you joke about the things that you can say to Xbox, it listens. So if you say Xbox something like Xbox, make me a drink, and be like, I'm sorry, we can't watch.
I'm sorry,
Xbox right now,
Richard. We can't do that for you. All right, we're almost there. Wait. Crap. Did I go the wrong way? I went the wrong way. Oh, well, here. There's a survivor here. We can show people that mechanic. So, with survivors, they're sort of peppered around the world, but when you save them, and we will save this person here by firing our poisonous gas cannons here, they will thank you and then move on their merry way. You don't have to, like, escort them anymore, which is great. Is this a restaurant? Oh, God.
I can't. I'm just like running this shopping cart around.
I'm just gonna drink some coffee and eat this taco. We'll see how I feel after that.
Oh, I reached level 3. Oh, I earned some attribute points.
Let's see if we can get to that safe house to build. I want to try to build some weapons for people. I haven't unlocked, like, I just started playing this game, so I haven't unlocked, like, I'm sure later on you'll get more safe houses, but I just have the one right now, so that's why it's sort of... Where did I put that junk car? Oh my god. I just assumed that this horrible, wretched wreck was a thing that I couldn't interact with, but this was, in fact, my junk car.
Oh, wait! I'm coming out! Don't kill me.
Oh!
Are you honking the horn at me?
Yeah, I am. So, how are we supposed to get up there? All these roads are, like, messed up. So we're gonna have to go up this corner, I think, and hoof it for a little bit.
So, someone is asking how the console update went. I mean, it went fine for us, but I could say the same thing about the PlayStation 4 update, because, we got it before the masses are all buying their Xbox Ones and their PlayStation 4s and all trying to install the update at the same time. Because
yeah, I wasn't as fortunate. I actually did have quite a few issues.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with the PlayStation 4. Because I didn't get a one before.
You got it on launch day.
I got it on launch day.
One thing I will say is that I hope this isn't true for the retail experience, but when you get the first update for your Xbox One or any update, you'll see a little progress bar fill up, and then it goes to a blank screen, or a green screen that has the Xbox One logo on it, and nothing else. Like, there's no little spinning wheels, there's no progress bar, it's just sitting there. And you might think there's something wrong with your Xbox, that it's not turning on properly, or it's not updating. But eventually it goes away, and the update is applied. I don't know if that's specifically... Oh my god. A pre-release thing, like maybe it'll be different for each Xboxes, we don't know. But it's a little disconcerting.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really hard to tell what the retail experience is going to be for it, because we don't know that yet. We don't have retail. We don't have, like, the update for the retail experience right now. Right. So let me show you how you can sort of combine vehicles. So when you get a blueprint for this, you can go up to two vehicles and they highlight next to each other, and then you can just hit the bumper and A, and then he will combine these two awesome things into this sweet-ass roller hog. And I'm going to try not to run you over.
You just ran me. That's one of my favorite things about auto mechanics, is the way that if you put two cars in front of them, within seconds, they can make a third car.
Yeah.
That combines the attributes of both.
It's realistic. That's what it is. I'm just trying to clear a little bit of a path here so we can get back in our junker. Let's get back in that junker. Yeah, it's right here. I'm sure it's amazing watching us run around, but you know, I want to get to our weapons locker so I can show you some of the goofy stuff. Let's get in. Where you at? Where you at?
Oh,
I don't want to hit you with this pepper spray stuff.
I'm just hitting zombies with a power drill because that's all I have.
Sounds good to me. Oh crap! I'm just like crashing into stuff now. All right.
JD Style says, "Why can't I have a flamethrower steamroller Harley in real life?" Well, you can. You just have to become an auto mechanic.
Yep. Oh boy. This way, I think. The map is not super clear about where stuff is all the time. Oh god. Oh man. Oh well, get out, bail!
Oh crap!
All right, we're pretty much there anyway. So let's just hoof it. Go down this street over here.
I found a gun. Very nice.
I don't know what any of this stuff is. All right, here we go. See some of the goofy weapons. Oh, also I'm wearing a bunch of different clothes because I found some of this stuff. But if at any point you can change back to your regular clothes by just saying, "Change clothes." There you go. And now Nick is wearing his regular clothes. I think you could just say, "Save game." Or I think, "Save game." Yeah, I think you have to be in the menu to do that.
I found a print.
So this is the weapons locker that we've been spending so much time trying to get to. So let's look at some of the combo weapons. So you can make a bunch of combo weapons by combining all these different elements. And they save them all here in your weapons locker. So I'm going to grab some of the cooler stuff here. What do we have here? Wait. Oh... The only thing is it has to resupply objects over a certain period of time. Look at this sledgehammer. So... Alright. I'm going to go outside and let's try out these Dragon Punch knuckles.
Where'd my lead pipe go?
Stuff on the ground there. So this will be immediately recognizable to some Capcom fans. Yes, that's right. He's just so goofy.
Oh wait, I have a new combo weapon. Give it to me. I think.
So the thing that's cool is when you get grabbed by zombies, if the Kinect can see your controller, it will automatically just tell you to shake the controller. But since my Kinect cannot see, the IR cannot see the controller right now, it automatically adjusts to show button prompts instead of Kinect. I didn't have to change anything. It just recognizes that the Kinect can't see my controller, so it just changes it for me. Whoa, boy, that was some physics. So let's see if I can actually get someone to come up to me, and I'll show the controller to the Kinect, and you'll see a difference here. Okay, of course they're not actually grabbing me, they're just hitting me. Come on, grab me.
Got someone had. So this is what you do the whole game, is what somebody's asking. I guess? I mean, we have missions and a story. I'm kind of just messing around right now.
Of course, no one's actually grabbing my character. Yeah, yeah, there are missions, there's a story mode, there are side quests and people to save, there are a lot of things to collect. You collect combo weapons. There's a pretty robust skill tree. And you can play co-op.
Wow, you really knock him into the air when you do that Dragon Punch.
Yeah, it's pretty rad. Oh,
all I have is this sledgehammer circular saw.
we go. I was waiting for him to... So that at that point, the Kinect could sense the controller. The Kinect's IR could see the controller's IR, and it activates in the game. Rather than me hit a button prompt, you could shake the controller. Now, if you don't want to shake the controller, then you can go into your options menu and turn all that stuff off too.
Oh god, I just threw this chainsaw thing right through him.
Let's grab this other thing here. So I have a sledgehammer chainsaw combo here. So hitting the light attack is the sledgehammer side, and hitting the... Oh, you're using the exact same weapon. And then hitting...
So, the co-op, as far as I understand it, it's just 2 players, right?
Yes, it's only 2 players. Now, these boxes over here, I believe, are... if you have the Smart Glass app connected, you can open these boxes, and that is where you call in airstrikes. But the Smart Glass app, I don't have Wi-Fi right now, so I can't do that because it needs Wi-Fi in your apartment or your home to do it. So I don't know. We're not paying attention to chat. I don't know if people are just like have any questions or what's going on. If people want to see some stuff, I'm going to try to see if I can go grab one of these combo weapons. Also, one thing that, well, Richard mentioned this earlier. I'll just throw this weapon at something. There we go.
Okay, Dave is demanding more weapons, so I'm going to try to oblige him.
All right, so you can throw this weapon at people, slices them in half. That's pretty rad. That guy's crawling around. Let me go back to the weapons locker and see what I have. I haven't unlocked everything. I'm still missing a bunch of stuff because I only started playing this game. I'm like on chapter 3 of 7. I think like a couple hours in. Do you see my weapons or do you just see yours?
Just mine, unfortunately.
Let's see. So you can go any weapon that you pick up. It immediately appears here in your weapons locker. Now there's some day 1 stuff like the paddle saw from Dead Rising 2 is in here. Frank's zombie slugger, which is a baseball bat with barbed wire around it from Dead Rising, is in here too, which you can grab. And I want to get these mecha dragon blades, but I can't do it yet.
Have you played any Killer Instinct at all?
I have, yeah. I really like it. I'm not great at it. That game has probably the best tutorial in a fighting game that I played in a really long time. Like, it really explains the difference between certain elements, and like it tells you the order in which you do things. One thing that like tutorials don't ever do in fighting games is it tells you how to do moves, but it doesn't really give you the scenarios in which you should use them. And I think Killer Instinct's dojo does a better job than most other games. So, alright. I can't grab that weapon, so I'm going to let it build up a little bit here for a while. What is this?
Well, I have a spear that I combined with a hat rack.
Alright, don't combine anything else because I think we share... You see the meter at the bottom of the... when you go to the closet? That is sort of your cooldown.
I just picked this stuff off the ground.
Oh, it's off the ground? Okay, cool. So the cooldown is... this will fill over time. That'll allow me to get one of these other combo weapons or whatever.
Did you do any online play for Killer Instinct? Unknown Girl wants to know, or Jerry?
No, I didn't. Dave did the review for that.
Yeah,
it wasn't working
Dave,
for me.
You're in the chat. Did you manage to play much on the net? There's not a lot of people out there with Xbox Ones yet, but so any impressions we have of online stuff is going to be pre-release. But I mean, this is working pretty great.
Yeah. Why don't we see if there's a side quest or something we can try to go do to end this up for people. So there's a lot of stuff to collect. There are things like...
Let's throw this brick at your head first.
I can't see anything, so that was not really enjoyable for anyone else. Other than you. I'm going to stand on top of this so I don't get hit by anyone, any dead person at least. So there are a bunch of things that you can unlock. There are side quests. There are these, the blue dots here are blueprints that you can pick up. What are the yellow ones? The yellow ones are collectibles. There are a bunch of different collectibles that you can get. And there's survival training and safe houses that if you clear out, you get these safe houses for your own. So I don't know if there's anything in this. Oh man, I just hate how that it unzooms the map when you exit the map. That drives me crazy. I really want to show people that mecha dragon thing. It's super dumb. I'm waiting for the cooldown to end.
So how long is this cooldown? That's kind of annoying.
Well, it's just so I think you can't just break the entire game by just spawning 20. The roller hog specifically, it only lets you spawn 2 at once. And I don't know if it's a frame rate thing or if it's a technology thing or I mean it's only 2 people in the game, so I guess it's not a frame rate thing, so that'd be dumb. But I guess they don't want you to spawn like 30 different grenade launchers and just break the entire experience. Maybe that's it. I don't know, but this is new. I mean, you never used to be able to do this. I think you had to keep going back to a bench somewhere to build, whereas if I had the components to build items, I could just build them from anywhere in the world. If I had 2 of the same...
So, yeah, in the first Dead Rising, I mean, basically you remembered the good weapons were. You knew where the sword was or whatever. And in Dead Rising 2, you had to find benches.
Dead Rising 2 is where you actually... Dead Rising 2 is when they introduced combining weapons, right?
Right. Right, but you had to do it at a workbench.
Yeah, now you can do it anywhere in the world. Oh, perfect. We're good to go here. It was well worth the wait, trust me. It's the dumbest thing ever, and I love it. Can you see my character?
Look at you.
Look how awesome that is. Wait, hold up. Watch this.
Like,
watch this, watch this.
I'm watching.
Whee! Look, oh man, we gotta go run to this area with a bunch of zombies, and we're gonna try to like cut right through them.
What the hell?
And also, the impressive part about this game is, I mean, it's a pretty good looking game, but just look at all the zombies, man.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Nick Ramos don't care. And I also have like my Wolverine claws on the side of him or something, just messing dudes up.
Oh man, my hat rack spear broke. And now I am overwhelmed.
Oh, there's the queen bee.
The bees are back.
Yep. There we go.
Oh, I'm getting murdered. I'm gonna die.
That's what you get for running me over with the roller hog.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get on top of this truck. Hey, a little axe. Okay. Just gonna chill out there until the coast is clear.
Also, Nick gets like covered in blood over time too, which is kind of a cool effect.
Yeah, no kidding. I just got super covered in blood. It just kind of disappears, but there you go.
Whoa! Alright, I'm getting swarmed now.
Do you want to try and play a little Killer Instinct?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we didn't promote that, but if people want to see it and watch me be terrible at it, sure. We can do that. So let me... oh yeah, we can play. Let me just get to a point where I'm in a safe house, and then we'll save it up. Because this will save over my... It auto-saves, so it will just mess up my save game here.
Poor Dave. Dave wants to get in on this action so bad. He wants to get in and break some Killer Instinct. He wants to show how good he is.
Oh, you can send me a friend request. I mean, I will decline it, but...
That is thing we should mention about Killer Instinct actually is that it doesn't have really a lobby system, which Dave mentioned in his review. you have lobbies, but they're limited to 2 players, like you and 1 friend.
Oh, really? That's weird.
Yeah, which is sort of counter to basically every game on the market, which is a little strange.
I don't know why that's a thing, but whatever. So you get your day 1 edition, comes with Frank gear and clothes from Chuck Green from Dead Rising 2. So let's go ahead and save this out. And you want to play Killer Instinct to close it out?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, cool. Xbox, go to Killer Instinct. Boom. It's pretty convenient. Although, don't do that if you're in the middle of a game. Because it won't warn you and it won't save. Like, you have to save and do it. Like, I kind of feel like they should probably add some sort of warning or something. Like, hey, you're already in the game. Are you sure you want to exit? Or... Alright. I don't think that Killer Instinct is going to win you over because I'm pretty bad at this game. I will say that it brought back the soundtrack, which I'm pretty happy about. Those killer cuts.
See, now, I want everyone to realize, in a good 8 years or so, we'll be streaming all of these games again, remembering the launch of the Xbox One and PlayStation 4, and saying, "Oh my God, look how awful this looks."
Yeah, we just did our Xbox 360 launch stream. What? It's not letting me play online. Mine is... I've had some problems with my version of the game because of some code changes that happened. This is not a retail thing. Like, this wouldn't happen in the retail experience. It's something that's specifically happening with my version of the game that I'm having some problems with. So I may just go to like local play because it doesn't look like my online is working for this.
Well, as Double Taco notes, no Fulgore, no Cinder, no TJ combo.
Well, Fulgore and God, who's the Spinal? Those are the 2 downloadable characters.
Skeleton Man, I believe is his actual name. It's interesting because we did note in the review that the content in this game is kind of lacking. Because you have 6 fighters to choose from, and there's 2 more that are coming post-launch. And that's not even as many as there were in the original Killer Instinct.
No.
I think the original Killer Instinct had 10, I think. I looked it up the other day. And you know what? I mean, the original Street Fighter 2 only had 8 characters, and it was fine. But, you know, things are a little different now. And not only that, but I mean, if depending on what you're going to pay, because it's $5 per character, or you can spend $20 to get all the characters, or you can spend $40 and that gets you the Ultra Edition, which gets you all the characters, lots of little customization things, and you get 2 different versions of the original arcade game.
Yeah.
Which is good because this game, it doesn't have an arcade mode.
It doesn't. But you get Killer Instinct Classic, quote unquote, which is not a good game. So I don't know if that's a better deal or not. I've never really liked Killer Instinct. I was surprised how much I enjoyed this. I think a lot of people scoffed when they announced this. Like, really, Killer Instinct? But this turned out pretty well, I think. Yeah, I mean, in terms of content, it's not really on par with any other fighter out there.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, like, it's a pretty solid game, and I think it looks really good. And
yeah, well, and like I said, I mean, if the characters work, that's all that matters. I mean, Virtua Fighter only had 8 characters. Virtua Fighter 2, I think, had the same cast. So, I mean, and that's one of the best fighting games of all time.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's not working for me, so I'm just going to go into some survival, and we'll show people what the game looks like. Watch me die to the co-op, the AI here. And that is not indicative of the retail experience. It was a problem specifically with the version that I have. I've been having problems with it, which has since been updated for the retail experience. So, and I did not review this game, so this is not what happened when we were doing the review, obviously. So does anyone have any questions about the Xbox One, or?
Right now, most of the chat is... Before it was talking about 4K for a long time.
Why?
I don't know. Someone actually is saying that Super Mario 3D World is better than any Xbox One or PlayStation 4 game for months. That I may actually agree with. Super Mario 3D World is excellent.
Yep.
In fact, I mean, I think if you have pre-ordered the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4, I mean, I think you'll be happy with it. They both have a lot to offer, and if you pick up some of the current gen ports, like Assassin's Creed 4, I mean, there's definitely stuff to play. Like, the exclusive launch titles aren't, like, spectacular, but they're not bad. I mean, Killzone's not bad. Dead Rising 3 is really fun. You just saw that. So both of the launch lineups have some good stuff on offer, and I think you'll be happy you picked it up, but there's no, like, killer game that you just have to have yet. And I don't think
this killer game. It's Killer Instinct. That's why they named it that, right?
I don't think there will be like that one gotta have game for a while. I mean, I think Titanfall is going to be great on Xbox One. Of course, it's also coming out on PC, so for some people that's moot. And Xbox 360 for that matter.
I don't know. I mean, I played Titanfall, and I feel like that is not a mouse and keyboard game at all. Like that game. Oh man, I'm terrible.
I agree with that.
Having played Titanfall, I don't see myself having fun playing that game with a mouse and keyboard. And I mean, you can play a controller probably on the PC, obviously, right? But the majority of people who are going to play on PC are obviously going to be playing it on with a mouse and keyboard, right? So I just don't see how that's going to be a good experience.
And I mean, Quantum Break is probably the biggest Xbox One exclusive I'm looking forward to, in addition to Titanfall. The PlayStation 4 stuff. I'm trying to think of the good PlayStation 4 exclusives that are coming up that I'd really want to snag. Obviously, whatever. I mean, Uncharted 4 will probably be great. Naughty Dog knows what it's doing.
Right.
So I think both systems, they're going to have their share of those games that you just got to have. I think in terms of features, I'm actually surprised at the convenience of the Xbox One. I think the voice works really well. Jumping in and out of apps is pretty much instantaneous. It's great that your game state is basically always saved. The PlayStation 4 interface is very streamlined. It works great with the controller. That actually is one of the things that you realize when you play the Xbox One for a while, is that the voice controls are great, but if you're not using them, like, getting around can be kind of tough just using the controller, actually. Just because everything is broken up into so many different little apps.
Sure. Someone was saying that they think it might be the stream, but Killer Instinct doesn't look good. I think this game looks awesome. Like the particle effects that come off of some of the special stuff, I think it just looks really good. It sounds really good. I think it's just like a solid game. And I think what they've said is that they're going to be offering people one free character, and it's going to rotate, sort of like League of Legends does. So people could play this for free and check it out. And like you were saying, they could do the upgrade, right? No, we've never actually played as Orchid, but we'll see how this goes. Anything else from chat there, Rich?
Oh, let's see.
A lot of people calling us X-bots.
Thankfully, no. There's how is the new D-pad, especially in a fighting game like this one?
I don't know. Sometimes it's kind of hit or miss. Sometimes it's very... I don't know. Dave was saying that he can't really consistently do fireballs with it, and I can kind of feel that sometimes I have that problem.
Do you think all the particle effects and everything are distracting?
No. I think it looks like I'm just like wailing on this. I don't think it's distracting at all. I think this game is a lot faster than I thought it was going to be. Like it's not really to like Marvel versus Capcom speeds, but it's a pretty quick game. Whereas I feel like the original was a really slow-paced thing. I want to see if I won't be able to do her ultra here, but if you could do her ultra, when you pop off an ultra, it like the hits happen at the same time as the music, which is kind of a cool little effect.
Mm-hmm. How would you say this stacks up to other fighters like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter 4?
Oh, I mean, I think Mortal Kombat 9 was a great game. Mm-hmm. It's really hard for me to compare that and this. I would have to play this for a lot longer. I mean, I didn't play this nearly as long as Dave did. Dave did the review, so he'd probably be the best person to answer that question.
Mm-hmm. Well, Dave is in the chat, so Dave, you can tell people sort of how you think they compare. I know that you were kind of impressed with it, and like Zav said, it has a really nice tutorial that actually really does walk you through all of the game systems really well,
yeah.
Which a lot of fighting games, you know, don't necessarily do very well.
Yeah. So I got her in danger state here. I want to see if maybe I can try to. No. Trying to see if I can get this ultra to go, but I'm not really great at what is this? No.
Oh.
No, it's not gonna work.
This is probably, yes, a lot of fighting games believe you should find the info out yourself. That's great, but you know, some people want to learn fighting games that don't already know how to play fighting games. So
sure,
it's kind of nice to have that sort of stuff.
I just don't like, why would people get mad about like, what tutorial in a game seems dumb. It's like the dojo is actually really solid, and just because you know how to play a fighting game doesn't necessarily mean you know how to play this fighting game. Like there are a lot of intricate things involved with any kind of game, so this gives you a better understanding of how these things work.
You know, we talked about the gamepad. This is probably a good time to bring up the fact that, you know, all of your old Xbox controllers, even the wired ones that have USB plugs, they're not going to work on your Xbox One. So your fight sticks don't work anymore. So if you want one, you got to buy a new one.
And the same goes
for the Xbox One.
And the same goes for the PlayStation 4.
Mm-hmm.
None of that stuff is backwards compatible. Right now, you can't even use like the Sony branded $100 headset on the PS4, which really bums me out because I have that, the Pulse. They said they're going to add support for it, but it just seems dumb because it's a USB thing. You plug it a USB dongle into my PC and it works immediately. I'm surprised they didn't just do that. So I think it's going to be functioning over Bluetooth on the PS4. I don't know if you actually have to plug that dongle in, but we'll see what happens when that launches or that update happens.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's an advantage that the PlayStation 4 has over Xbox One. It's just that the controller has a normal headset jack, just a normal 3.5 millimeter headphone jack in it, and you can use it to listen to game audio. You can use it with existing headsets you already have, whereas, you know, it's just this weird proprietary plug on the Xbox One controller, which I think was not a great decision on Microsoft's part, but you know, that's what you get.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing that I love about the PlayStation 4 is you can just use the headset to listen to the game audio, which I think is a great feature. Which the Wii U does that too, but.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't do that on the Xbox One, as far as I know.
What has the download speeds been like for you? I know that I downloaded Dead Rising 3, which I don't even remember what size it was. I do know that when I went to bed, I woke up and it was installed. So that took less than 6 hours, but I mean, it's going to depend on your internet speed, obviously. But has it seemed particularly fast or particularly slow for you?
I think it's been fine. It's really hard to tell because it's still pre-retail. For the Xbox One, you mean specifically?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pre-retail. I mean, we'll have a better understanding of how that stuff functions when everyone has them. And I anticipate there being problems, just like there were problems with the PlayStation 4.
Someone's asking what percentage it has to be downloaded to before you can start playing, and I think Dead Rising 3 has to be 50% done. I'm not sure about the other games though.
Yeah, I know. It varies game by game because like for something like Call of Duty, for example, that was it had to install 50% of the game from the disc before I could even play it, which I find to be crazy. At least on the Xbox One, I have not tried Call of Duty on. I have not installed Call of Duty on a PS4. I played it for review on a PS4, but it was already pre-installed. So yeah, I don't. It varies game by game. Ryse can start like 3 minutes into it, but then also when you try to start the campaign after it says that it's ready to go, it tells you that you have to wait a little while to install more stuff. Yeah, no, I really don't know. I think playing against the computer is kind of boring. It would have been nice to play some multiplayer. Maybe we'll do this tomorrow. I know Luddy is going to stream Forza Motorsport tomorrow. And maybe he can jump in and play some more Killer Instinct with people, with Dave tomorrow, because I know Dave's chomping at the bit to play it. But I think maybe we should just wrap it up. Rich?
Sure.
I think. So thanks everyone for joining us on this stream. If you enjoyed what you see, please, or what you saw, please subscribe at twitch.tv/joystiq. And of course go to joystiq.com. If you have any questions or comments, you want to send us something, you can email us as well. Podcast@joystiq.com. We have a regular podcast every Friday. We have a special edition of the podcast today available right now where we talk about the Xbox One and go into more detail about all of the games that we were able to play for review. And we have a bunch of coverage on Joystiq with the Xbox One stuff, reviews for the system, reviews for the PS4 and its games and its system. Everything. So much stuff happening.
And you can follow us on Twitter. Twitter.com/joystiq.
Yep.
I am at the Richard M on Joystiq on Twitter. Wow. It's been a long couple of weeks, guys.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna roll out of here, and I want to thank everyone for joining us. Richard, thanks a lot for helping me out by jumping on the stream, and we'll see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern. We're going to be streaming some more Xbox One stuff. We'll put up a notice on our Twitter account and on the website, so you'll know when we're started. We're going to play some more games. So, thanks everyone. Appreciate your time.
Bye-bye.